Muslims are not allowed to have sex slaves.
So technically, you're not permitted to pimp out your slave.
Also, you have to understand, Islam was the first and only religion to come around and have specific rules around slavery, right? So they're like, oh, you can have sex slaves. They misinterpret one verse where, yes, people did marry prisoners of war.
If you are a revert, you need to wake up to the lies. This is why I'm sharing this, because you got this little boy here who is actually mixing up and confusing the Torah with Islam. It's the Torah. It's the law of God given to Moses, to Israel, that forced the men who took women in captivity and were desiring them intimately. They were forced to marry those women, and if they divorced them, they had to go free. They were no longer slaves, but they were married. This is not what took place in Islam. If you conquered a woman, she could become your sex slave, a concubine, which is a second tier status.
The concubine is like a wife, but she has a sort of secondary status.
Mm-hmm.
Your own scholars admitted, and you could have an unlimited number, and their consent was not necessary because they're your property.
And her consent does not play anything in this relationship.
This is Islam. That is true Islam. Enough of this nonsense of trying to hijack Christianity and Judaism and the scriptures and straight up lie about it. That it's your guy? No, your guy married a 9-year-old and had unlimited physical relationships with any woman he wanted. It's insane that you think this is a legit system.
Look at the basics of Islam. You aren't allowed to do these things that the media is telling you.
It's not the media, it's your own book. It's your guy. Your guy gave you permission to do this.
You need to understand, Islam is the only one true religion. The media is lying to you. And if you take the second to do 1 minute of research, you will realize every single thing they say about Islam is a lie and it is not true. And inshallah, you open your eyes and you become a Muslim.
So Dr. Shabir, in your mind, what sort of questions does this raise? The person who's asking the question, obviously finds this really problematic. And in fact, he has said that, his friends are also raising this question with him. So I think it raises questions about the Prophet Muhammad, right? Was he engaging in immoral behavior? And if we're following him, then what does it mean for us, right? And then the Quran itself, like if the Quran mentions concubinage or having sex with slaves, then what does that mean about the Quran and this text from God that we revere so much?
What it means is you've got to accept the fact that point blank, your religion, your prophet, and your God allows for the taking of women in captivity and engaging in physical intimacy without even their consent. Your prophet did it. The companions of the prophet did it. It happens to this day. People are still doing it because slavery still exists in Islamic countries.